Welcome to our latest episode of 1001 Dents, the podcast where we look at the impact that Apple Distinguished Educators are making in the classroom. We will listen to 3-minute showcases from the ADE Institute stage and then dive deeper to get more context behind these stories. My name is Suzanne Lustenhouwer, and in this episode we will look at coding in the curriculum with Eshraq Bani Salameh from the UAE and Diego Surtera from Italy. We will first look at how Eshraq has empowered young and old students in her school to build solutions that solve their own real-world problems by prototyping with Keynote, coding in Swift Playgrounds, and designing interactive pages documents. Her students are not just learning to code, they're learning to create impactful, practical applications. We then look at Diego Surtera's MIT Code Day. This is where his students organize their own conference to show off their app creations. And this event not only highlighted their technical skills, they showed off their apps, but also their ability to engage and inspire the broader community and increase the subscriptions for their course. Both stories show how coding education develops a real sense of ownership, I think, with purpose and agency among the students. By empowering them to take control of their own learning journeys, also through project-based learning, coding becomes much more than just a subject. It's really a vehicle for creative exploration, as we'll see. We start off this episode with Eshraq's opening to her showcase.
Once upon a time, in the vast desert of the United Arab Emirates, there stood a place called Ittihad National Private School. Our story begins with a mysterious breeze that carries the whispers of change to the ears of our school's leaders. We've yearned for something extraordinary, to ignite the flames of creativity in our school. We've searched for the right tool to implement our vision. We found that in Apple technology. With the use of Apple technology, our teachers evolved from sage on the stage to a guide by the side, implementing and embracing innovative teaching methods. In this new landscape, education became a symphony of creativity and collaboration.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much, Susan, for having me in this show. My name is Eshraq Bani Salameh. I'm a Jordanian lady with over 15 years of experience as a computer science teacher. I have a master's degree in image processing with MATLAB. I'm obsessed with the idea of using technology to solve real-life problems.
Welcome, Eshraq. You started your showcase about how your school came to our one-to-one iPad program. Could you tell us more about how this came about?
Yes, we've started. The idea at our school came about as a result of collaborative process between the administration, teachers, parents, and students. The administration was interested in exploring new ways to use technology to improve learning. We've started by conducting a pilot program with a small group of students. Based on the success of this pilot program, we've decided to implement a full-scale one-to-one iPad program for each member of our school.
And so when you say we saw the success of the pilot program, what kind of things were you seeing in the classroom that made you think, oh, this is a success?
First of all, let me say the enthusiasm, the students, the way of teaching, the student-centered activities that they are having their school at classrooms, the new types of activities, the integration between students and collaboration, even if they are at home or whenever they are doing or working on a shared document. This was a major change to our school, yes.
Yeah, so the iPad, it wasn't just a device, but you also then changed the teaching strategies so that it became more student-centered.
Yes.
Was that like a decision that you made on purpose, or did the device kind of initiate this change, and was it like a natural transition into this different way of teaching, or was it we're going to use the iPad to have the more centered student learning?
You can
like it's a bit of a chicken and egg story, maybe.
Yeah, it is. You can say that it's like a mix of both of them. It is something natural whenever you are using something like iPads with all those potentials that it includes. It will come by natural. Students will start exploring. Why not to try this thing? How about trying this thing? Also, the teachers they've started thinking outside the box and teaching outside the box. Yeah. It made a huge change to our environment where students and teachers, they are all different. Once you see two pictures before and after, They are not the same at all. Yes.
Yeah. And so this is also what you mean with our teachers evolved from being a sage on the stage to a guide by the side.
Yes, our teachers became facilitators of the learning and less of a sole source of this knowledge. Yes, our students can take more ownership now for their own learning to discover knowledge by themselves. And they've shifted from the traditional model of education where teachers are the only expert and students are the passive learners. We don't have this anymore. Yeah. This thing, it is something that we can say it is preparing our students for success in the 21st century world, where our students are, where this world is changing and evolving.
And so you're the head of instructional technology. What strategies did you provide, or what did you do with the teachers to ensure that all of the staff was on board with this new way of teaching?
Let me say that we have many things that we've done and we will do. At the beginning of the year, where we have a clear, a clear plan at the beginning of the academic year, where it includes professional development workshops and courses on how to use Apple technology inside classrooms. Those workshops are designed for all levels of experience, from beginners to advanced. In addition to that, we have 2 committees at our school of passionate students and teachers who are driven by innovating with technology. They are ready to provide support and guidance to their colleagues. And our students, they are so passionate to join this committee. Please, miss, let me be in this committee. Please, I can do this. I can do this. Yeah.
What kind of things do they do?
They are trained. First of all, they are expert and they are interested to learn more about certain apps, and they are supporting their colleagues. They are creating tutorials, for example. They are leading some workshops for their colleagues. Sometimes they are helping teachers to introduce new tips and tricks for those apps. Yes.
So then you flipped the model. It's students
teaching teachers and teaching each other.
The rest of your showcase was about coding. How did you integrate coding into the subject? Is it a separate subject, or is it integrated into math and
literature? You can say that it's both approaches are applied in our school. We have separate subjects where we teach students coding. Then after that, since it's a project-based learning environment, our students, whenever they are presenting their project, they are using stream project-based learning, as I said. So they are connecting and they are integrating those things together, because I believe that they are based on that. Those subjects are connected. You cannot separate them from each other. Yes. So coding, it's one of our main interests in our school. We started introducing it to our students from kindergarten, where everyone can code resources from Apple. Then at the higher grades, we use the Learn to resources to introduce an advanced level of coding with Swift. And something else that we all like, and our students are waiting for it every year. It's on the 29th of October. At Al-Ittihad School, we celebrate the coders in the UAE, highlighting their critical role in society, by running several booths and activities to show the importance of coding in our daily life and different subjects.
Is that a national event, or is that only at your school?
Yes, it's a national event, yes. It's an initiative from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, yes.
And he just said, okay, identify the best coders in your school, and then what do you do with them?
Yeah, what do we do? First of all, we introduce coding, and we are talking, it's like a whole day of activities. The students, we celebrate the best coders in our school. We highlight some of the, the importance of coding in our daily life. It's not something difficult. It is something that it's in your daily life. Whenever you are using a mobile, whenever you are using other device, there is a code behind it. And we have several booths. Let me say it's like a place that we prepare some booths and activities for students. Whenever they will go and do an activity, we will tell them, do you know that there is a code behind it? Would you like to see some code about it? Would you like to code part of this activity by yourself? So as if we are promoting coding and we are trying to change the idea that some of our students are having about coding. Coding is hard. We don't want it. It's something complicated. No, it's not anymore. Whenever you will learn it in the right way, whenever you have the right resources, it is something easy and it is something essential in our life, and it's part of our daily, let me say, some of our daily things that we are doing. That's why we are using the 29th of October every year to talk about this thing. Yeah, and we are encouraging our students stencil coding. It's an elective course in our school. So we are encouraging them. Why not? You will join it. This is what you will do in the future. Those are some different things that you can do. It will open for you some subjects, for example, at the university. Yes.
I'm here today to celebrate the incredible work of our talented students. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my kindergarten student Alia, who used Keynote to pick her tonight's party dress. Let me take you to her friend Hira in the game design course, who liked the idea and converted it into an interactive game using Swift Playgrounds. In the science course, a group of students documented their findings about the muscular dystrophy using a tailored Pages research paper. Meet my grade 7 digital storyteller Moza, who is passionate about the environment. With her innovative mindset and love for technology, she has taken it upon herself to create a compelling digital story named Flowers Garden using Keynote.
How did you get started with using Keynote for app prototypes?
It all started with Moza in the first class, where I've introduced some advanced features of Keynote. I saw her eyes sparkle, really, as if she was watching a magical show. Then she used those tools like a professional magician to come up with an amazing story. Really, a seventh grader to come up with this. I would like her work and her experience and her passion to spread all over the school. To come up with an amazing story where she encouraged her friends to take care of the environment around her and to keep it for the next generation. She used some attractive elements in Keynote that she created by herself, but sure, a bunch of animation, of course, to level it up. And all the characters also inside this story, she made them by herself.
Yeah. So it's really not just about getting all of those technical nerds excited with coding, but it's also just like the creative, the storytellers, and who want to draw and write and who can make their stories come alive.
Yeah, for sure. And how to use those tools in a creative way. The tool is available for all of us, but how did she try to combine different things together? It was amazing. Yes.
Could you tell us more about the app design and coding project that Elia and Hira worked on?
As a game design course teacher, I can say that this project was a cherry at the top of the cake. Where my student Hira, who is a ninth grader in the game design course, was searching for an end-of-term project idea with Swift Playground. Then she saw us discussing this brilliant idea for Alia, who is a kindergarten student, where she used Keynote to help her pick tonight's party dress. Then Hira decided to level it up and convert this brilliant idea to an interactive game using Swift Playground. Susan, you cannot imagine Alia's response when she saw her idea applied in this professional way. She didn't believe it. Oh my God, this is my idea. I love it. And she started calling her colleagues in the kindergarten. Take a look. Let's try it. Let's try to put some dresses and help her with to try some dresses, some accessories and different things. It was amazing. Yes.
Yes. So cool. And how old was Hira?
Ninth grader, you can say 15.
15. Okay. And so Aliyah is in kindergarten. So how did this? I think in many schools this will never happen because these worlds are so separated.
Yes.
So I guess you could say this was a coincidence or happenstance.
Yeah. Her teacher, she is a digital coach, and we used to meet every week to discuss our plans and what can we do regarding technology inside our school. So by a coincidence, yes, she came and or at the end, I don't remember actually, but it was a coincidence. We were talking about this thing. Then she said, she saw us trying Alia's Keynote, and she said, Miss, can I apply it in Swift Playground and can I convert it to something?
That's so cool. And it sounds like this would also be just a great way, a thing to actually formalize. Have kindergarten students create something in Keynote, which is a brilliant activity for them and super difficult for kindergartners. And then have your 15-year-olds then go and create that app.
Yes.
That sounds really cool. Yeah. Then you also talk about the group of science students in the science course, and they documented their findings on muscular dystrophy. And they did this in a tailored Pages research paper. So how has using Pages enhanced their ability to present and share their research?
I was with those students, and some of the steps actually they came for us in the technology department or ICT teachers to ask us for some advices, let me say, or tips about the apps that they can use. So they started by collecting data from experiments and shared data with each other using iCloud. Then they used numbers to analyze the data and create charts and graphs. After that, they documented all those information in a shared Pages document. Let me say that this specific science document, it was a solid evidence of how all those Apple apps worked in harmony to create this masterpiece. Yeah, you can combine different things together to come up with one thing. But once you will zoom inside this document, you will see that, this part from numbers, and then this part we were collaborating, or the other one I did, for example, using iMovie or something else. So it was a nice masterpiece, let me say. And then the whole design of this document, it was something special. They didn't use to use templates and Pages. They've used their own shapes and they've combined them together to come up with a certain design that will fit with the science environment, muscular dystrophy, and so on. I wish that the audience or whoever are listening can see part of this one. Yeah. Sometimes one picture is worth 1,000 words, Yeah.
And so it's really like the interactivity where the students had to create something that the reader can engage with through, which is so much more creative than just writing a text that you as a teacher.
Yeah, it's a multimedia.
Moving on, let me talk about my student Hamda, who is also passionate about the environment. She used Keynote to design a user-friendly app prototype for her friends in the Eco Club called Environmental Hero. So glad to tell you that she was selected as one of the 200 winners all over the UAE in the iOS Design Challenge to join Apple for an accelerating program to become a professional Swift programmer.
And then we also had Handa, who you said is passionate about the environment.
Yes.
What did her app called Environmental Hero, what did that do?
Let me start by telling you about the story. How did all this thing begin? We saw a post about a competition. It's called the iOS Design Challenge, which is an app design challenge for high school students that take place over 4 months. Students use free online resources and tools from Apple to develop an app prototype that supports and enhances tolerance and understanding within the multicultural population in the UAE. Hamda decided to help her friends in the Eco Club by creating an app prototype called the Environmental Hero using Keynote, suggesting different eco-friendly activities where users can gain points post accomplishing those activities. Furthermore, she suggested that users can upload pictures of those activities. So glad to tell you that she was selected as one of the 200 winners all over the UAE to join in this iOS Design Challenge, to join an accelerating program with Apple, to become a professional Swift programmer. So I remember that they offered them around 200 hours of trainings.
Wow.
During summer, and they are still working actually, I think, on this one. They are not done yet to become, as I said.
And then the idea is, so she made this in Keynote, so it's a prototype, and then the idea is that in this challenge, she will learn how to create it and publish it.
Yes. And it's our plan, and some of our students, they've started, we have at grade 10, some students, they are designing apps using Swift and Xcode,
Our vision for the use of technology is كلنا نقدر, which means we all can in the Emirati Arabic dialect. Every member of our school community is embracing and using this method.
We all can. كلنا نقدر.
We all can.
كلنا نقدر.
I love those little snippets of your students at the end of your showcase. It was.
Yeah. When they say it in their Emirati Arabic dialect, we all can. كلنا نقدر. Yeah, they loved it, and we spread this thing all over the school. Whenever someone said, "I can do it, miss," no, just remember what is our philosophy in this school. كلنا نقدر. We all can.
In what ways is your school, like your school community, embracing this philosophy when it comes to utilizing this technology?
Regarding teachers, we help them to learn how to use technology to create engaging and effective learning experience with our students. We encourage teachers to collaborate with each other because we all can. No one can say, "Oh, I can't do it. Only the ICT teachers can do it." No, this is something that it's not available in our school. This helps us to create a culture of learning and growth, and it encourages all other teachers to be able to benefit from the expertise of their colleagues. We have a number of online and in-person communities where teachers can connect with each other and share resources and ideas. Yeah, and we celebrate teachers and students' success. When teachers and students use technology in an innovative and effective way, we make sure to celebrate this success. This helps us motivate others to try new things and embrace the we all can philosophy.